welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. We have another new trailer because my backlog is crazy right now. So let's just dive right in. This is an interesting one. This is a Leonardo DiCaprio film that I didn't know was in the works. So this is called Killers of the Flower Moon. I hope it's good. It's going to be on Apple TV, and I feel like Apple TV is a little bit of a sleeper hit kind of program. I feel like they pump out some really good stuff, but like no one ever talks about it, aside from possibly like Ted Lasso. So, and I think Defending Jacob. So let's see what this has to offer. Ooh. Cool visual, but icky. Covered in skiff. Okay, so this is Rise of Industry, like 1800s. Here we go.
The Osage took their name from Missouri and Osage rivers.
Based on a true story. Okay.
Neokanska. Children of the Middle Waters.
I wonder how accurate this can be. Oh, Scorsese.
Move, said the great white father.
Is it De Niro?
There are many, so many hungry wolves. Can you find the wolves in this picture?
Ooh. This October. This is fun. It's a little spooky. I love the howling. Who's the wolf? Greed is an animal. Oh! Hunters. The blood. Ooh.
Can you find the wolves in this picture?
Wolves in sheep's clothing. Brendan Fraser. Killers of the Flower Moon. Ooh. Robert De Niro, Lily Gladstone, Jesse Plemons. Ooh. Scorsese. Oh, it's gonna be in theaters, even though it's an Apple thing. Very cool. Good for them. This looks very interesting. I'm not typically into period pieces, I don't think, but there's something about the drama of this one, the tension that they rose through shooting this, I think looks really good. So let's see if I can like break some stuff down in the trailer. I feel like this is enough of a tease. This must be oil because it's the rise of industry and there was all those like oil towers. I wonder what Native Americans thought about oil. I mean, they must have had some use for it, but then all of a sudden all these dumbass white people just come on in and take it for themselves, kick them off the property, try to make them more white when they didn't even ask for them to be here. I wonder if they had to use a substitute for oil because obviously like you don't want to just use oil willy-nilly in a movie. I wonder if they use like a jelly, which I guess is also kind of plutonium-y. But it's cool this is going to be in theaters. Good for them. Fairfax. I don't know where in America this is, but it's really interesting just to see the visuals. I'm assuming it's like middle of America. If you know where it is, let me know. If you've heard of this story, let me know. I almost didn't recognize this as Leo. He looks so different in like a good way. I want to see him like blend into the role, so that's great. The Osage. Is that how you pronounce it? Before the advent of the whites, this continent was more or less sparsely inhabited by a race of copper-colored people to whom Columbus and his immediate successors gave the name of Indians. Because they believed America to be the eastern coast of Asia, they called the Indies. These Indians were much alike in a physical appearance and had many customs in common, but differed in the progress they had made in the domestic arts, and were divided into several large bodies by differences in language, and these again were subdivided into numerous tribes. I wonder what book he's reading, if this is like a book you could pick up. Among the greater of the linguistic divisions was that of the Siouan or Dakota family. Sorry if I butchered that. I'm assuming that is Dakota, which occupied the country from the valley of the Arkansas River to that of the Sacagawea. Is that the Saskatchewan, and from the Great Lakes to the Rocky Mountains. The numerous tribes of the Siouan family each claimed territory within somewhat indefinite boundaries. Is it the Siouan? I want to make sure I'm not butchering this. I'm trying to get better at educating myself because speaking is difficile. Okay, Siouan pronunciation.
Siouan.
Oh, it's Siouan. Okay, I was making it more complicated than it needed to be. So it's the Siouan. The Siouan family each claimed territory within somewhat indefinite boundaries, and all were frequently changing from one locality to another, as the fortunes of vicissitudes of war. What is that word? I've never seen that. I'm assuming it's like the viciousness of war might compel.
Vicissitudes.
Vicissitudes. The quality of state of being changeable. Mutability.
Vicissitudes.
Vicissitudes of war might compel, or the facilities for procuring food demand, and they waged frequent wars of extermination among themselves. While all the Siouan tribes depended almost wholly upon hunting wild animals, chiefly the buffalo, for support, and had no domestic animals but dogs. They all engaged in a rude agriculture to some extent, manufactured pottery fairly suitable for their use and sometimes artistic in form, and had made such progress in other domestic arts as to entitle them to the name of barbarians rather than that of savages. This was clearly written by a white man. And this is one of the principal tribes of the Siouan of Dakota was the Osage. I don't know if that's Osage. I'm thinking like Asian pronunciations, but near the Missouri River. Took their name from Missouri and the Osage rivers. It's interesting that he's reading up on it. I wonder if he's reading it because he wanted to learn more about them, or because he wanted to like understand maybe the frustrations of his wife. Okay, and this is the Wa Tianka, if that's how you say it, was a wise counselor. Black Dog asked him to find a new home. Wa Tianka had a vision. He surveyed the land south of Kansas from the Wazazi. Is that how you say it? It was a familiar place, a hunting ground where streams made a pleasant place to make camp and hunt buffalo. In the old days, camps were many along these waters. He walked the land, and it was hard land. Wa Tianka told Black Dog no settlers would follow the Osage to this land. White man cannot put iron in this ground. Wat Tianka said that Wat Wakanta had blessed this land for the Wazazi. It would be their new reservation. We now call this land Oklahoma. Yeah, that lasted long. It was 300 miles from Kansas to the new reservation. The Osage walked these miles. The Osage were the last tribes to leave Kansas. They had to carry everything they had. They had to leave the graves of their ancestors and the graves of their children. They left behind their ancient ways. It was a hard journey. Many people were sick and suffered. Many people died. They crossed from Kansas to Oklahoma. Could you walk from Kansas to Oklahoma? Nope. But it's so sad to see that the cultures were so stripped from them based on a true story. I'm curious what that story is. I don't really know the name of any of these characters, so I'm not really able to follow along. There must be some wiki article about it.
Vicissitudes.
I understood. Thank you. I already asked how to pronounce that. Killers of the Flower Moon real story. As mentioned in the trailers, it's based on a true story. In 1921, okay, so early 1920s, several members of the Osage tribe, a group of Native American settlers in Oklahoma, went missing. The story and investigation that followed tell the story of racial injustice in the 1920s and the birth of the FBI. Ooh, that's exciting. I mean, it really sucks that like all these people went unaccounted for and missing, but I'm glad that the Bureau was able to be created out of this. I think I learned when I was in Ajaccio that Napoleon, one of his kids, helped to create the FBI. Someone might need to fact check me on that. I wonder what that is. Oh, is that a pipe? Maybe that they smoke? This feels kind of awkward because like it's a waiting room. There's just all these people getting their pictures taken, and I feel like they had to really adjust the way they dress and like the way they live life because all these white people just came in and told them, nah, we want to own this. And that's clearly the wife character. I'm glad they're still able to keep some of the colors in their outfit, which is great. And is that Leo? I can't tell. But I wonder like what her background is and if these characters that they're inhabiting are real. She's very pretty. I can see what he sees in her. Scorsese, I hope you do a good job. This is a really cool shot, and I love this car. That's a really cool car. God, everyone just put up their own sort of oil rig to get their shot at it. It's wild just to see, like, they go for miles out here. I don't know if you can see that with my face. And there's Mr. De Niro. He looks like the head honcho. Oh, they're cute. Said move, said the great white father. There are many, so many. Like your umbrella, though it looks really foggy. Is it supposed to rain, or is that just to block out the sun so you can stay pale? Hungry wolves. Yeah, all these people are hungry for oil. I feel bad. She's just getting stared at. More about the early days. Can you find the wolves in this picture? I think that's a really cool, like a double meaning. I think that's really cool. I am an Osage brave. A long time ago, the Osage lived by the Missouri and Osage rivers. The four winds made abundant rivers. We Osage took our names, children of the middle waters. Move, said the white man, so the white father, again and again, from Missouri, from Arkansas to Kansas, and finally another strange land, Oklahoma, where famine and, you know, they were just hurt overnight. Damn, this is gonna be really powerful. I'm looking forward to this. Oh god, and she has to identify the body, it seems. That sucks. I'm glad they're at least paying, like, some respects. Like, it seems like they seem upset, but obviously, like, I don't know, she's obviously gonna be the more affected party. I wonder what they're showing on the screen. I can't quite tell in the reflection. I wonder if it's just about, like, the industry rising and all that. God, did that guy just get shanked? That's a knife. This guy's getting fucking shanked. Why? And this is DC? Look at that. Or that's the Capitol building. Damn. This is a great, like, little title thing. Greed is an animal. Does she have a gun? Damn. Cigars, snuff, and pipes. Rooms. Was she not allowed access to a room? I like seeing this blow up. I don't know if there's people, like, robbing the place or if, like, something happened. I'm assuming it's robbing because they're putting stuff in their hat. So excited to see you in another film. I still need to watch The Whale. That hungers for blood. God, what's going on there? Are they whipping someone? Or are they just chopping up this area because they're like, hey, we can start looking for oil. I'm assuming that this might be his property or maybe the family of his wife's. God, who the hell are you hitting here? That's so effed. This is a really effed up time. I thought that was Matt Damon for a second. I don't believe that is. Look at that frown. Turn that frown upside down, Leo. Jesus, they're just so abrupt with their violence. It almost looks like the baton was CG. You almost can't see it on him anymore. Damn. And some of these people look like Native Americans because they have the braids, but they obviously had to conform in their dressing. So I wonder what's going on. It looks like this is part of like a funeral thing because there's like a bunch of these flowers. It could be involved. I'm not sure. Whole frickin' shootout. I'm assuming this is part of the heist. There's police officers. Yeah, it looks like he just robbed the place. He has like a little knapsack. I can't tell who that is. This is going to be a really interesting story. But it seems like there's almost too much going on. I don't know if this guy's getting poisoned or if he needs just alcohol. Though then that person's getting carried out, so who really knows? It's all very suspicious. I feel like this is going to be a really tough movie to get through, too. But I love these little cars. That's really cool. I wonder if she just gave birth. She's really sweaty. I hope you're not sick. I can't tell who's getting hit here. I hope these are actually pictures or possibly, like, accurate native people who come from these tribes or descendants from the Osage tribe. I think that's pretty important. Can you see the wolves? I love this. This is a great, like, ending note because I can see quite a few wolves. I'm assuming the flower moon is like a subset of tribe, maybe? I'm not sure. I think this is going to be a really interesting movie, so I'm looking forward to it quite a bit. What did you guys think of the trailer? Are you excited to see a movie? Do you think this might be a little too dark for you? It has to do with a lot of truths and injustices, but I feel like in our turbulent times, this is kind of an important movie to keep in our eyes. And obviously there's been a lot of injustices for Native American people since like forever, since Columbus got here. I think this will shed important light. I hope that people who are Native Americans and have descendants, have like lineage connecting them to the Osage tribe or tribes that are related are appreciative of this movie. I hope there's good background. Like they had people to do this research accurately because there's a lot of white actors in this. So I hope that they're still able to deliver on this justice properly. I feel like with Leo signing up for this, that's a good sign because I think he really takes care in what he signs up for. And I feel like he's gotten a lot more, I don't want to say political in a bad way, but he's become a lot more self-aware and educated on issues that are current to now and in the past. So I'm hoping that this is a good sign that him being involved means that this could be a really good movie. I hope it does because it looks really interesting. Let me know your thoughts on the trailer down below. Like and subscribe for more content. Thank you for everyone for tuning in and watching this trailer with me and listening to me break it down. I hope to see you in another video. Bye for now.